Before I introduce Manny, I would be remiss not to say that I want to thank, on behalf of the Pacquiao team, Top Rank, the people at the Mandalay Bay. They have demonstrated tremendous hospitality to us. They've opened their arms to Manny for this fight, as they've done in previous fights. It's a great, great place for Manny to have his camp, to stay at the Mandalay Bay. I want to thank the COO and President Chuck Bowling for being such a gracious host. And I want everybody to know how comfortable we are at the Mandalay Bay. No, I mean that. I mean that. You know, a Mandalay Bay is not like it's an outside hotel. It's part of the MGM. So the MGM should take pride in us praising Mandalay Bay. Now, I usually don't agree with much of what Stephen Espinosa says, as you know. But when he says that this event is not about promoters, it's not about networks, it's about the two fighters, that is absolutely the case. None of you would be here today. The world wouldn't be so excited if they hadn't focused on the two men and the character of the two men. Over the years, they've gotten to know these two great fighters, and that has accounted for the tremendous response that we're getting, not only in the United States, but all over the world. The pay-per-view in the United Kingdom, in Germany, is going to be off the charts, as well as it will be here. And that's not because of me, certainly, and it's not because of Stephen Espinosa or Ken Hirschman or Les Moonves or Richard Plepler. It's because of Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao means so much to people around the world. We know what he means to the Filipino people, whether they live in the United States or in the Mideast or in Hong Kong and Macau and in the Philippines. He is the national pride. He represents this proud people in a way that is so exemplary that sometimes Manny catches me talking about the Philippines and the Filipino people, and he says that he'll talk to his people in Congress and maybe get me citizenship. But they are a wonderful people, and Manny is a wonderful person. But look at the notoriety he has all over the world. There was an incident that I was reading last night about 9 people who were arrested in Indonesia for drug trafficking. 8 men and 1 woman. And the woman was a Filipina. And they were all sentenced to be executed. Manny wrote a letter to the president of the Philippines, the president of Indonesia, explaining that he was going to fight on May 2nd, and he appealed to the president of Indonesia to spare this woman's life. Yesterday, 8 of the drug traffickers were executed, but the woman's life was spared. That's the type of influence this man has all over the world. Everybody in Nevada knows that when Senator Reid was running for re-election in his last campaign, He was trailing in the polls when the week leading up to the election, he called me and asked if Manny could, who was training in L.A., could come in to support him. Manny appeared at a rally, galvanized the Filipino and Hispanic community, and Harry Reid, who was trailing by 2 points, ended up winning the election by 4 points. Harry was so grateful that he invited Manny and his wife and the rest of us to the Senate, where a special award was given to Manny on the floor of the United States Senate. And then Manny and Jinky were escorted by Harry to the White House, where he had a meeting with President Obama. It's wonderful for the sport of boxing to have a man who not only is devoted to charity, but is an official, a congressman in his own country, a man who believes it is his obligation to enter politics to help the people of his country. But more than anything, it's a man whose whole life is guided by his innate, tremendous love for God, and who attributes all the success that he's had in life to God. We need more people in the world like Manny Pacquiao.